Well, hello there. Boom. Me. How is everyone doing today? Welcome in, welcome in. Burnt Soup, congrats on being the first to arrive. Pink Puff, it's lovely to see you. Cat? Ralph, welcome in. How are you doing? Christy, I hope you got your milk and you're ready to watch. Just love the phrase, I've run out of milk, so I'm gonna go get some. That's just so cozy sounding to me. Larian, it's lovely to see you. Hey Mel Mel Mel, how are you doing today? Frazzle, it's great to see you. Arlinja, welcome in. Hey Miss Courtney, welcome in. Gonna finish up your day with these crazy preschoolers. Well, thank you for stopping by to say hi. I hope the rest of your day goes well. Stunted Wolf, welcome in. Cat, welcome in, and thank you for the Backstreet sound alert. Elemental P, how are you doing? Welcome in. Good afternoon to you as well, Zach. It's so nice to see so many awesome people here. We're gonna get started in just a second. Good time zone to you as well. It is 4:30 here, so it is afternoon for me. Hey Escape, how you doing? Welcome in. The 9th day of spring. I can, in fact, go for pretty late tonight, because I don't have to work tomorrow, but I am streaming tomorrow. Maybe I can just stream until tomorrow. Impromptu 12-hour stream? That should be like 20 hours. I'm not gonna do that, no. I'm too tired today. We're gonna have a normal length stream today, probably. We'll see how I feel in 4 hours. If I feel up to it, I might go a little longer. That's it. So we want to put you back. As fun as it would be to have a long stream. I'm very tired after the last week or so of work. I'm very excited to have the little extra break we get this week here in the States. I actually get a little more time off than that because my school is being very generous to everyone. Took tomorrow off. Can you stream all weekend straight? Well, my weekend is 5 days, Frazzle, so I don't know if I could stream for quite that long straight. As fun as that would be, I don't really need that. My animation canceling is off. I forgot to restart my computer. Now we're good. Okay. One of these is coal. There we go. Gotta figure out what to do with all that coal at some point. Can you turn coal back into wood? Sapring. Real. The soul sappering. It's not a sapring. There's such a big difference. Enjoy your lurk, Zach. You gotta finish up your book. Alright, enjoy. Sap. Impromptu long stream. Sounds like it'd be rough. Yeah, that's definitely something you have to prepare for. Coco, welcome in.
Coconuts.
Have arrived. You and all. Have you found a living hat? I have, Pink Puff. I believe it is in my hat drawer. Yes. I have not actually gotten all the hats, though. I definitely don't have the mushroom cap. I haven't, like, tried for it or anything. Maybe we'll get it. Maybe I'll just, like, get 30 mushroom trees, lay them out on Ginger Island, and reset the day until we get it. I definitely don't have Emily's hat. That would be a bother and a half. Does the horse have a Santa hat? Well, you can change it if you want to, Wolf. Chat has control over the horse's hat. Although it does cost a few channel points. It's Christmas somewhere. That's how time works, right? I'm poor. I'm sure someone will get to it eventually. Got the mushroom cap in a speed run randomly once. Craft room speed run, Mel Mel. I should just call you Mel. I feel like trying to say Mel Mel is gonna result poorly at some point. But it's so fun. Gambling is fun, sort of. Gambling imaginary channel points is fun. It might be a better way to put that. Real gambling is a little bit more questionable. Close to rehatting the horsey? What were you thinking, Elemental P? Have you considered what you're going to do? And it looks like Pink Puff is also thinking about it. Just so you all know, it's once per day. So if someone does it today, you can't do it again until next stream. Once per stream, I should say. You can definitely just call me Mel. Marriage speedrun, red mushrooms. Oh yeah, that's right. They do help you pass out more if you gift. I have 3 garbage can hats. So I'm sure the horse wouldn't mind having one of them. I stopped clicking on garbage cans a while ago, too. I think I had a really lucky string. I didn't get a trash can hat for, like, several in-game years after they came out. I was checking pretty often for a while. I would check at least, like, 4 trash cans a day. And then, like, right in a row, I think I got, like, 2, like, days apart in-game. Which they are seeded, so that can definitely happen. And then, like, the next one I got, like, maybe half a year to a year later. And then I just stopped clicking on trash cans because they weren't on my route anymore. It depends with the hat that you asked me to get. If it's one I can tailor, then that's perfectly fine. But if it's one, like, I have to marry Emily for, I'd make you pick a different one, unfortunately. There's just no way for me to realistically do that in time. Dumb looking cone hat. The cone hat looks lovely. You be nice to the cone hat. The cone knows all. Good thing we didn't gamble today, by the way. Not looking amazing for Omnis. The tailoring hats are wild. I've got every item in the game, at least like a few, so I'm not too worried about tailoring hats if I need to. I'm pretty sure you can put the copper pan on the horse. I'd rather not, just because I might need it. Maybe you can't, though. Actually, you might not be able to. That would make sense to me that you wouldn't be able to. And I'm sure someone will correct me very shortly here. Yeah. Right. Looks like our barrier is holding up. I have paved the way. Honestly, it turned out pretty close overall, but Omni still lost. Alright. Well, I think it's time to do a little science, everyone. A little quick science experiment. Yeah, that's looking like a no. The heck, this game sucks. You can actually get... Can't you get more than one pan, too? Actually, I'm not sure how you do that.
Yes, science!
It's just like, get that away from me. You put it in the water. That's where the fish go. They don't stack, yes, but you can buy more than one pan. I thought you could get new ones. Where do you get those? Do you buy them from Clint, or is it somewhere else? I wish you could buy more tools. I've definitely seen a place you can buy the pans before. Wilson. Oh, Willie. Okay. Wilson. I just, like, got this picture of, like, a volleyball dressed as Willie. It was very, very visual. I don't know what the right word would be for that. I could see it very well. I'm pretty sure it's Willie. It might be short for Wilson, but the nameplate definitely says Willie. I don't think there's any confirmation, at least to my knowledge. I don't think many people are just named Willie, though. I think it's typically like William or Wilson, shortened. Yeah. Yeah, CA is definitely not the type to say otherwise. Yep. I actually really like that. I mean, there's a lot of things I really like about Concerned Ape, but that's one of them. The fact that he doesn't want to spoil the lore at all for people coming up with it on their own. That's really cool. His name was Dick in development. That was probably changed just because of that. Hey! Mustafa, that's it. Yes, I hope I'm saying that right again. For some reason, your name in particular always trips me up. Hey, we got some tiger slime eggs. How are you doing today, Mustafa? He tries not to say the name Q. Yeah. Sometimes you kind of have to, though. You're talking about your game. Noodles, welcome in. How are you doing today? I like thinking Maru's real name is Margaret. I don't think Robin and Demetrius would do that to her. Name your child Margaret like that? Hey Ace, welcome in. You're surprised to see me in RCJ's stream yesterday? I try to go around to a bunch of different people if I can. RCJ is awesome though. I wasn't surprised to see myself there. I had like 8 streams open yesterday. It was pretty fun. It's the first time in a while where I've just like put a whole bunch up on 2 screens and just enjoyed trying to watch all of them at the same time. You definitely lose something when you do that, but it is also really fun to try it out occasionally. Usually I'll just jump around between one stream. Like I'll have one open and I'll jump between them. But there was a lot of people streaming last night. What time is it for you? It is almost 5 o'clock here. 4:48. How you doing today, Cooler? I live in Eastern time zone, so Eastern US, and that's mostly it, isn't it? I assume it goes down into South America somewhere, but I don't know where. Argentina, probably. Alright, enjoy your lurk, Ace. Just chilling in the bed with the cats. I know it's not likely, it's just for fun. Yeah. Obviously, you can come up with whatever lore you want about this game. Hey, speaking of which, what's your favorite hidden fact about this game, everyone? Oh, you're in New Zealand. Oh, it's so early in the morning there. So what's something you know about this game that not that many other people know? What are your Stardew secrets? Reveal them to me. That is our gem talk today. Who is Josh, Samantha? That scares me. Thought about streaming last night, but decided just to finish my random game by myself. Was it fun, Frazzle? Did you have a good time? Alex is your Stardew secret? Are you keeping Alex your dirty little secret, Samantha? How are you doing? By the way, did I not say hi to you? I must have, right? If I didn't say hi, Samantha, this is me saying hi now. Hi. Josh is Alex. Uh-oh. There's some conspiracy that I wasn't aware of. I've been here the whole time. I know you have. I just wasn't sure if I said hi or not. Sometimes I forget when I say hi to people, and I don't want to miss people. You can put gems inside. I think it was not hinted at all when it came out, Stunted Wolf. I think that was added in the... Oh no, because it was in the secret notes. Yeah, you can find it in the secret notes, which came out at the same time. But yeah, it is a really cool feature. I really like that. Trying to see if I can find any new knowledge about this game. I watched is it Salamance's video? It's Salamance's video today about like late game tips, and I found out something new that actually still happens sometimes. I found out that when you put items in the deconstructor to be deconstructed, they count toward a quest total. So for instance, if Clint tells you I need like 30 ores to inspect, but you need like the new ones, right? You can't just like pick them up and off the ground. If you deconstruct a furnace, you can actually get those ores that way. Or if Robin tells you I need 1,000 stone, you can just deconstruct staircases and pull it off of that, which is kind of really cool. I'm getting through all of them, Stunted Wolf, I swear. You can fill up your watering can in the sink in your house. Yes, I actually found that out fairly recently. Not like that recently, it was like a few years ago IRL, but like fairly recently in terms of how long I've been playing this game. Sorry, I'm trying to read and talk. It's a little hard sometimes, Stunted Wolf, so I apologize for getting to yours last. Okay, let's put those away and head on back. Favorite challenge run is to romance all of them at once, keeping a rabbit's foot just in case. Yep, I used that. I remember doing that. I wish I did it on stream, because that would have been fun. After opening the alien door in the title screen, there's a menu thing that if you open and close it again and again, the door moves. Oh, I did not know that, Coco. That's interesting. Which menu is it? Probably the help menu or something. It's your second random game save. Finished a good hour quicker. Ooh, man. Really want to try this out. Our Stardew randomizer sounds really fun. Okay. We've got... It's 6 p.m. Let's do something easy and go for beach forge farming. Yeah, if you put the prismatic shard in a Junimo hut, they all are rainbowy colors. I really like that too. Marlon has a little crush on Marnie. Oh, really? I don't know if I've noticed that in the dialogue. Yeah, Marnie definitely deserves better than Lewis. Lewis is just a person, but I don't think he's the right fit for me. But I don't play matchmaker. I let things fall as they fall. Let's start looking for some beach forge here. Wait, I'll let you know when they're going to do the next beta as long as you let Jess know as well. Yes, of course I will. I will gladly tell Jess about the randomizer. I'm just surprised I didn't hear about it. I feel like I always hear about these things before they happen. Hey, Odonata, how are you doing today? Welcome in. Whoops. Alright, we're just gonna leave. Bad floor. Oh, we'll take that though. I am slow. Let me drink my coffee. Interesting. I see, Samantha. So, in the game files it's referred to, Josh was probably the original name for Alex. It's funny that the names changed so much during the development of the game. I wonder what, like, the process by which that happened was Concerned Ape just, like, unsatisfied with the names at some point. Just like, well, I chose Josh, but you know what? I really prefer Alex at this venture. Whoops, I was supposed to grab the other thing. I prefer Alex, to be honest. But it might be because I'm used to it more than anything else. It's like the third most generic jock name. Kind of. Marlon Gunther. I'm surprised they never became fully fledged NPCs. They're just kind of there. It'd be kind of cool if, like, Gunther walked around when the museum was closed rather than just standing there. Oh, that is a really quick turnaround. Yay, good floor. If there's any more down here. Nope. Let Sandy move in with me. Sandy was an option for a marriage candidate. It just never actually worked out. I'm very interested what would have happened to Oasis had Sandy been chosen. I think it was very close. I think Emily won by like less than 5% or something ridiculous like that. So it was very possible we were getting Sandy marriage. Emily makes sense to me. It feels like Emily was always intended to be a marriage candidate in some way or shape or form. Yes, Skelly! Happy birthday, Skelly. How are you doing today? Welcome in, and I hope you're having a wonderful birthday so far. Hey, Godzilla Freak. We're grinding for the rainbow shells and the nautilus shells. We have not been getting super lucky. Usually we get, like, at least one every 5 floors. Not looking like we're quite getting that amount of luck right now. Oh, I should go up this way. Actually really hard to get these. They very rarely spawn on the beach. So this is by far the best way to get them. I swear if this slime gives me iridium needle, I'm gonna be mad. Oh, that was even worse. I'm gonna destroy it. Feels like I always get iridium bands from those guys now. There's an auto petter on the line, don't they know?
Oh, it's a person.
Dot Mina, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. Non-stackable item rip. Yeah, I know, right? Like, I don't mind the occasional non-stackable item, but like, could you at least give me a good one? It's funny because a lot of people would like kill for an iridium band, but not at this point. What if I want to marry Pam? I believe there is a mod for that. I don't think I would feel comfortable being Penny's stepfather. I think that would not really be something I'd be interested in. More even so than anything about Pam. That in particular just feels so weird to me. I'm sure there's a mod for marrying everyone, yeah. Which is interesting, because marriage mods seems like they'd be tough to create. Even Evelyn, yes, Stunted Wolf, I've seen it. I've seen the curse for which you speak, of which you speak, rather. Okay. The fact that Emily and Sandy are friends, I want to be able to befriend both of them and like fall in love with Sandy and have Emily be so happy for us. Aww. That would actually be really cool. There was a pearl there. I didn't need it, but I probably should have grabbed it anyways. My eyes were only looking for blue and yellow. I just completely ignored the white there. Can you marry the wizard in mods? But no, not in the main game. The wizard was one of the choices, and I think he was the second choice under Shane for the marriage vote way back in the day. But it was not that close. I think Shane won by like 30% of the vote or something like that. Maybe not quite that much, but it was a 4-person race, and Shane was ahead by more than 10%. Hey, that's something we'd like to see. Expanded can do it. Also, welcome in, Quiddity. I've been calling you like Quiddy this whole time, and I'm just realizing it's Quiddity, isn't it? I apologize. Hey, Rival Platinum, welcome in. I desire Linus not to marry, just to hang out with. I do wish there was like more opportunities to just bro it out or be friends with people. Like, there should be repeatable cutscenes. Does that make sense? Like, you could just like go play video games again with Abby, or like do band practice again with Sam and Sebastian. I think that'd be kind of cool. Any version is fine. It's funny because like you read a word a lot of times and you just think you know it, and then you look at it again and you're like, wow, there was an extra vowel in there, wasn't there? Also just found out that there's a Sandy makeover mod. It literally just gives her anime eyes and massive hunger. Yes, some of the Stardew portrait mods are less than desirable, we'll say. And certainly have whoops, I didn't even know it was that late. We only got 3 and 3. That's not particularly good. You got him to say massive honkers. Please clip it, yes, and post it everywhere. I'm just reading something. Forgive me. I'm simply talking about car horns. They're massive honkers. Hey, it's pink cake day. I wonder how badly I even need pink cakes. Probably not like that badly. Ooh, we went over on slime again. Did I use it all up? I did use it all up. Wrong one. Wanted to go here. Dang, I sure like rocks, don't I? Oops, wrong one. There's my rocks. Hi, it's my first time catching a stream. I've seen some of the VODs. Oh, thank you so much, Medusa the Purple. Welcome in. So glad to have you here. Sorry, I was trying to set my water bottle down gently so I didn't make too much noise. I am considering getting a new mic soon so it doesn't pick this up so heavily. Or my clicking. I don't know. What do you all think, now that we've got a reasonable amount of people here? What do you all think about the clickety-clacketing? That you can hear my keyboard and my mouse and everything? It's like very noticeable when I listen to VODs and stuff, and I wonder if that annoys some people. Forgot to watch like the first 3 hours of last stream. Yeah, I'm glad I do the VODs. I'm really happy with how that turned out. That it's so easy to upload them, and I've gotten into the habit of doing it. Statues of Fortune eventually will pay for themselves, but it takes like several years, if not like over a decade, depending on what you sell from it. They're really not for money making. It's pretty decent to have one of them if you forget birthdays often and you want to give people love gifts on their birthday. It makes it really easy. It's up to RNG. Yeah, that's right, it would be. Yeah, it takes like a decade, probably, about. Might be a good way to put it. Yeah, just having one of them is really nice for that, just a reminder. And then getting a few Iridium bars, especially early on, is actually maybe worth $1 million. Especially if you don't like Skull Cavern. If you're not a fan of going into Skull Cavern, getting those Iridium bars is super nice. Because there's not really other easy ways to get them. Yeah, I've got like 630 to 650 of them right now, and I really don't make that much money, you're right. I make quite a bit, though. I'd say like every week I get like close to 2 million from just them. Which is pretty nice. Hold on. Doing some math. 16 weeks. Like 1.5 million or so from them every week. Which is actually pretty decent. But that also required a 6 million investment, which is ridiculous amount of money for most people. Cakes in Paradise. Right, unfortunately it's still pretty early. Okay, we're gonna go in a weird order here, because I want to get my Statues of Endless Fortune before I go collect from them all. But in order to do that, I want to buy them, but I can't go into Sandy's until 9:50. Oh wait, is it 9 even? I'll just do this first. It doesn't matter too much. Yeah, I mean, I do have Blacksmith, so I do make a lot more money from the Iridium bars. They sell for quite a bit. I think those calculations, Stunted Wolf, are done implying that you have at least Blacksmith, if not Blacksmith and switching before Prospector. Which makes that calculation complicated. You have to switch between them, which costs money. Blacksmith's definitely more important, though. Hey, we gotta try the bite. Did Protagonist Man die? What do you mean? Did I die? I don't feel dead. I like how I walked in here and it didn't activate. Gemologist? I meant Gemologist, sorry. Ah, I see. You're talking to Zach. Welcome back, Zach. How was the rest of your book? I need a new book to read. I've been meaning to do it. To get a new book on Audible, but I haven't had time to even like think about what I want. I've been just re-listening to Jenny Nicholson videos on my way to work. I certainly don't mind, but I like getting new stuff when I can. It's complicated. Interesting. Good neck stretches. Let's continue. how many of these I have. Wow, we have a lot of coconuts. I just started throwing this stuff out. It's just so unnecessary for me to bother putting away at this point. I mean, schools definitely do make you occasionally read books that have themes like that. Especially if you're in high school. Like, those are the things you should be reading because they're relevant to your life. Yeah. I'm also interested in what book you're referring to, Zach. On Quiddity's side here. Oh, well, that's true, Zach. I forgot about that. So that would be interesting. Zach, you're keeping us all in such suspense. That man must be rich. I mean, I can pretty much calculate exactly the amount of money I've given this man. It's about 650 million. I assume, Blade, that he goes back for more occasionally. How are you doing today, Blade? At Bloody. Boom. If you do not know Blade, Blade is an awesome streamer here on Twitch and has an awesome YouTube channel. And in both places, he does a lot of really in-depth look at Stardew's code and comes up with amazing and ridiculous challenges in order to, I would say, break the game in some places, but also do the most ridiculous things you can imagine, like marrying Haley by the 17th and marrying Penny by, was it the 13th? Something ridiculous like that. Probably not quite. Was it the 15th maybe? Oh, it is the 14th. I can remember the exact day. And recently getting to 0 to 10 fishing in a single day and 0 to 10 combat in a single day. So all 10 levels. That combat one seemed insane to me. Are you going to end up redoing that one, Blade? So since you weren't allowed to use the iridium needle technically? Or did you find a way you could have used the iridium needle? I like how you could go two ways on that. Good morning to you, Blade. What is this, cake? It's 11 p.m. somewhere. Cake Gamba? Well, someone could easily have kept track of how many statues I have. I am not the person who kept track of it, but someone could have, in which case it's not a very good Gamba, is it? There's no randomness to it, it's just the number of statues I have. We have over a stack of cakes now. Thinking of a revisited stream video where I explore some of the other ideas. Do abandon children. Okay, I see. Just like check on all the things. That's a really good idea, actually. I feel like your videos are eventually going to become this like repository of extremely obscure knowledge about Stardew, which is really good to have because there's like some things that I just can't remember, right? It doesn't fit in my brain. It'd be nice to be like, oh, Blade did a video where he talked about that, and I could easily go back to that. Like, for instance, how the quests work. I can go look at the Haley video if I ever am curious about how the RNG works in those. I know for a fact that you talk about it there. Stardew Mythbusters. I'm sure people have done videos like Mythbusters before in Stardew. Doesn't mean it's a bad idea, but... And kids better give me combat XP. If I'm killing them anyways, I better get something for it. Oh, that's all the way over there. Never mind. I know you can hang out in your house until 12:45 or something, and Marty and Demetrius will go away. Wait, what? Oh, I see. The cutscenes that they have. That would be much slower. But yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know that that would have happened. Want to hear a summary? Oh, did you ever tell me the book? Oh, also, Bella, welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. Heading home from work right now. Welcome in. It's only in Spanish. I see. Spanish only book. I'm surprised because they translate most books, right? Maybe not most. Alright, it's 3 o'clock. I'm thinking just a regular delve into the harder minds today. It was in the first Haley video, yep. Stuff about the Quest RNG. There is a translated version. Three Q gems off the bat. Well, I guess it's actually off the hammer, but... Alright. So we want to see as many Q gems as we can here. And other stuff is a nice bonus as well. Hey. Yes, fun fact about these grubs, by the way. I don't know if this applies to the other grubs, but I assume it would. If you hit them with the explosive ammo from the slingshot, they don't actually turn into like the pods that make them turn into bugs. You have to actually hit them with your weapon. I don't know if it works with regular ammo. Actually, I can literally test this right now. To, like, actually hit it though. We'll see what happens here. No, I guess not. I guess you actually have to hit it with a melee weapon.
Oh, it's a person.
Into the star, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. I'm going to die if I do not eat my cake. Hera chocolate. Water for the chocolate is the name of the book in English. Interesting. It's wild that you can even carry your pickaxe around because you never use it for anything. I do use it occasionally. That's the thing. It's not like super useful, but it happens enough that like I need it. That I like having it. I guess any solution I would need my pickaxe for, I could just use bombs for, but it's slower. I should really get used to using my pickaxe more, because in some situations it is faster to use my pickaxe. Also, if I wasn't playing a run where I could buy infinite explosive ammo like I am now, it'd be much more useful to use the pickaxe more often. Hey, Gummy, welcome in. How are you doing today? Yeah, I have not heard of that book, Zach. You alright, Gummy? Usually just use ammo to brute force a problem. I mean, my answer to everything is either explosive ammo or pink cake, so... Ooh, I have some interesting Stardew trivia if anyone wants to try it out. Name three things that have the cooking tag on them, but that you can't actually cook in your kitchen. 3 things that have the cooking tag on it that you can't actually cook in your kitchen. I think there's more than 3, but I can only think of 3 off the top of my head. Yes, Magic Rock Candy is one of them. Life Elixir is another one. Bug Steak? I actually don't know if Bug Steak... I think Bug Steak has the crafting thing, not the cooking one. Bug Steak doesn't have anything, actually. No tags. I'm not sure about Field Snack. I don't think it does, though. And I'm not sure about Oil of Garlic, either. But there is one I know about that no one said yet. It would make sense to me that Oil of Garlic would have it, though, because it's very similar to Life Elixir. Yes, Pina Colada Mads, that was the one I was thinking of. Which is something you can buy from Gus. But, at the, Gus at the island specifically. But you cannot cook it yourself at all. Can't even craft that one. It would make sense if that, like, came out of the keg or something with coconuts rather than coconut wine. I wonder if that was the intention, maybe? Each and every one of them has a recipe? Like a good recipe, each chapter's... Oh, I see, that's the book I'm talking about. I see. I'm sad today. Guess who ordered over $100 of pizza? You're sad because you have $100 worth of pizza? I would not be sad about that. That was obscure, yeah. I know things about this game. The one that always sticks out to me is the Pina Colada one. It's like an item that barely anyone knows about because, like, you can only buy it from Gus in that very specific area. And, like, you have to go to Gus for perfection there, but, like, only once to buy the recipe. That's also a nice way to get gold quality wine, which you need for the missing bundle. But usually most people have the missing bundle done before they get to that part of Ginger Island. Maybe not everyone, though. For me, the missing bundle was out before 1.5, so I had finished it long before the island even existed. So maybe in normal gameplay now, you'll actually still have to complete the missing bundle while you're at that point of the island. Dang it, I thought I opened you. Ooh, we like scrolls, and I don't care who knows it. Dude, that mushroom dude was extremely dodgy today. Ugh, no, I am sad. So, to make me happy, Oh, I see, Frazzle. I'm sorry to hear that you're sad, but I'm glad to hear you've got pizza. Pizza makes me happy, too. What kind of pizza did you get, if you don't mind me asking? Not like the brand, necessarily, but like the toppings and such. There's 3 sisters. Retreatus, Rosar. Oh, okay. Spanish. That would make sense, yeah. Do you get recipes from the TV? Yes, you do get quite a few recipes from the TV. Wait. Oh, we're trying to do Stunted's thing still. I see. It's like you get most recipes from the TV. Dang it, I just missed you. Oh, that sounds so good right now, Frazzle. I would probably get pizza tonight because of that, except for the fact that I have a bunch of leftovers that I should probably eat instead. I made tortellini last night. I need to eat that before it goes bad. I made a lot of tortellini. I had it for lunch today too. It was delicious. Don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of it left. I made I made like probably enough for 6 people, and it was just me. But that's 6 meals, so I guess I shouldn't complain too much. You don't like pasta, Frazzle? But pasta is the voice of the people. Pasta is delicious. Oh, I see, Zach. I see why that book is a little bit interesting, now that you're mentioning it like that. You had too much pasta growing up. Look at all my scrolls. Scrolls away. Done with those scrolls. Get rid of you. Ancient seeds are doing well. Go away. And sleep. That's what's told in the first 20 pages. Yeah, I can kind of see where it's going though, just from that little bit there. Maybe not completely, but... Alright, good morning, Leah. And... no birthdays today, so let's go ahead and do a gamba. Are we going to get more Omnis than anything else from the Statue of Endless Fortune? Exclamation mark Omnis in chat to see how the gamba works. General idea, though, is that there's a 1 in 4 chance that Omni Geodes are going to win, on average. You'll get to see the first 100 out of the 650 that we have. Yeah, that book does sound stressful. I don't like that kind of drama. Like, I'm not doubting that it's a drama that happens very often in real life, but it's just like, I'm so tired of it. Like, books are an escape for me. I don't want love triangles there. And or relationship things like that. Oh, now, someone put 25,000, well, more than one someone probably, put 25,000 on, not believing, and it's a pretty even race. So, if you think that you want to get some points, and you believe in Omnis, then you should probably vote for Omnis here. We're gonna harvest these chubs. 25,000 in doubting. There's still plenty of time to vote, so get your points in. If you're a believer, you have the chance to win it big here. Omnis never win. That's not true. They've won before, and they will win again. We've got a little bit before the decision's going to be found out for sure, because we have lots of chubs here to harvest. Possibly some flounders? I can't remember how close they were. Why am I taking the fish out of the pond? Because they stack. They grow every so often. So I reduce the numbers in the pond and let them grow back. Also, welcome in, Merc. It's actually really weird to me. And I don't know where this comes from, but there's a lot of people who don't know that the fish grow in the ponds. And, like, when I heard the term fish pond, my first thought is, oh, that's a way for you to grow fish. Like, and there's a significant portion, I'm not, like, just calling you out, Merc. There's, like, a significant portion of people who come into chat and are like, wait, the fish ponds can grow Fish? Like you can grow fish in the fish ponds? I don't know, that's just like the first thing that came to my mind when I heard a fish pond. It's like, oh, you can grow fish. Welcome in, Mermaid. How are you doing today? And Nia, welcome in. How are you doing? Let's see if it's not too late here. It's good to see you today, Nia. At OK Nia. Perfect, it's not too early. Nia is an awesome streamer here on Twitch. Does a lot of fun Stardew Valley speedruns and some other stuff with Stardew, I'd assume. Unfortunately, I haven't had the chance to hang out there too much, but I'm looking forward to doing it more in the future. How are you doing today, Nia? There needs to be at least one fish in the pond for them to grow. That's correct, yep. You can empty it to 0, but it won't grow unless there's at least one in there. Did I say hi to you, Alco? Hey, Mermaid, welcome in. Always glad to have your witty, sarcastic remarks here. Everyone else is just so nice to me, you know? Yeah, fishes grow at different rates, too. Like, chubs are every 2 days, but I think Midnight Carp, the one next to me here, is like every 3 days. And ice pips are every 5 days, so they take forever. Gotta make up for all the nice people. Yes, all those darn nice people getting away with being nice to me. Gotta somehow bring them down. Alright, let's grab the rest of this. Doing good getting through the workday? Well, I hope your work is almost over and not as eventful as you want it to be. Or as eventful as you want it to be. There we go. I don't know exactly where you live, but hopefully you're getting close to the end of the day at least. I just got off work, I guess 2 hours ago now. Feels like it was more recent than that. I definitely still feel tired from work. Alright, where are we going next? Let's finish off this Gamba. Trilobite, we like it. It is a Thursday, so chat, do not let me forget to get the magic rock candy. Slothy, welcome in. How are you doing today? Super good to see you. Let me give you a shout out. Unfortunately, we did just use the one shout out on Nia, but we have our Nightbot shout out for you. If you don't know Slothy, Slothy is a super comfortable, cozy streamer who just started, just started unveiling some merch that you're going to be launching. Is it on Sunday, Slothy, if I remember correctly? Like this Sunday? And honestly, Slothy, I really love your merch. I am always apprehensive about merch because it's usually very in your face, you know? I don't know if that's the best way to put it, but yours is like so well the word. It's like subtle. I like subtle merch where it's like the thing is there, but like someone would have to ask about it or to know about it to get what's on there, you know? It's on this Sunday. Was really tired. You slept late last night. Slept in really late today. Oh, that sounds really nice. I'm gonna be sleeping in really late for the next few days because I have a long weekend. Yay! Exactly what you're going for. Good to hear it. I'll probably be getting a hat. I need more hats, and that was like perfect timing when I saw your hats. We don't want words that says I watched the streamer Slothy. I mean, if it's that in your face, Stunted Wolf, I'd actually probably like that too. Usually though, it's just like a big picture of like the logo. Like it's a hoodie and like the logo is like this big and it's like, I'm not gonna wear a hoodie that's got like this big of a logo on it. It's cool when it's like just like the little patch or it's just like an inside joke on it. I think that's my favorite kind of merch. You know, like a little subtle inside joke or relevant thing. And I think Slothy did a very good job at designing them that way. That's probably not what everyone wants either, but that's what I like. Yeah, that does sound like it'd be like a big involvement. If I ever want to do something like that, I'm probably coming to you to ask about it. Probably won't be for a while though, if I do. My mom thinks I'm advertiser friendly. Can't forget this. Not when we have a Gamba going on. Okay, so Omnis are losing, but there remains hope, although not here. Omnis are down by almost 20. I'm sorry, or 15 rather. I'm sorry to say it's not looking good. Sorry, believers. The doubters have it this time. Such a shame. Could see some 999 merch in the future. Yeah, that's one nice thing I have is that in particular would be pretty subtle, right? Like, I have to be careful though because I don't know. Does that have like another meaning? I seem to recall like 999 meaning something bad in some places. I don't know. I have to look up that just to make sure. I was actually thinking about that earlier today because I was thinking about your merch and I was like, what would I do? And I first thought like, oh, I could just plaster 999 on everything. It's the emergency number there. The Holy Organization. Hey, it's Amba. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. That was the one I was worried about, Zach. I'm like, well, if you flip it, it's just like 666. So I don't think I'd mind that though. This farm is nutty. Yeah. Yeah, we've been, this is year 32, so we've had plenty of time to make it as nutty as we want. Alright, time to go to the desert today. It's 999 in Britain. I've heard that before, too. 112 somewhere else. Put sneakers on merch. Like, I think sneakers design is, like, trademarked or copyrighted, right? From, like, a toy company. I'd assume it is. I don't know, like, what the length of those copyrights are, but I could do, like, my own fantastical design of sneakers, which is probably what I would do. That's very fitting, Slothy, for a lot of reasons. 112 works wherever you are. Abu and friends, welcome in, everyone. How are we doing on this fine day? How were the Moonlord speedruns and I assume commentary practice? How did that all go? For those of you who do not know, Habu will be participating in AGDQ pretty soon, I think. I have to double check the schedule, but I'm thinking it's on Saturday? Like 2 days from now? 6 seconds PB. Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations. Sorry, I'm grabbing gems right now. I should stop to say hi for a second. Welcome in, everyone. How are we doing today? My brain sometimes is just like hyper-focused on something like this. I literally just sent an ad. Oh my gosh, Twitch, why would you do this? I'm so sorry. The timing on that was unfortunate. All right. Well, that other Asian person, welcome in. Melissa, it's great to see ya. Sneakers is a web kids? I don't think so. I'd have to double check that though. I lost the tag on sneakers long ago. OG Blake, welcome in. Wums, it's great to see ya. Dadass Bank, welcome in. Melissa with 2 S's, great to see you. The Habu, welcome in, of course. Legend of Lexus, good to see you. I'm gonna wait to talk about myself, unfortunately, because of the stupid ad. Oh, and we're pulling in sneakers. That seems appropriate. When people get back from the ad, they'll see me with a cat on their head, on my head. Sneakers is here to party. I need to put on my headphones first. Oop, scroll on down. So for those of you who do not know me, I am the algorithm. I typically do this challenge that I'm working on right now where I'm attempting to collect 999 of every stackable item in the game. In general, it is an extremely long challenge, so it's not like and it's a little more casual than most challenge runs where I don't have to make sure I accomplish everything in one day. So it's more about like long-term strategies to gather items. In fact, I'll think about things like this, like the layout of my jades to get enough staircases to get enough auto petters, rather than having to do other different things similar to that. Yes, sneakers now has a 5-second cooldown, so you all can spam petting sneakers. How goes it casual? I mean, to some extent I am. The casual or cozy? I don't know if those are like distinct things, Samantha. I think you can very well be both of those. Well, anyways, I hope you had a wonderful stream, Habu. Feel free to dip out if you need to get some rest or relaxation. I am very excited for your speedrun coming up here. Does anyone know exactly what time and day that's going to be at? I guess time zones are going to make that a little awkward. Just pull up the schedule real quick. AGDQ 2023 schedule. Go. So Terraria, yes. So for me, it is at on Saturday at 3:30, and it's going to be, well, a 2-hour run. You know, besides, is the estimate. Okay, grab this down here. Hey, Dark Cone, welcome in. And Unclouded TJ, it's great to see ya. It's in flux. Yeah, it usually gets like, usually what happens with AGDQ is things fall behind and things, like, slowly get pushed back slightly. So it looks like it was originally going to be 1 p.m., so it looks like they're back 2.5 hours, which is not atypical for AGDQ at all. It is Thursday, so we need to grab 3 of those. In fact, I think I remember they had to restart the first run, like the Breath of the Wild run, because there was technical difficulties. That probably pushed things back a half hour just to start with. Yeah, just one. Both of them had terrible RNG. Jess got lucky that their backup strat was a lot quicker than Gabby's backup strat. Don't forget Magic Rock Candy. I just grabbed it. Thank you, Chef Beard RD. How many are we at, by the way? Yeah. Yeah, they both had really bad RNG, and Jess just got luckier that their RNG was much more recoverable. Alright, let's see here. Let's go to the island. It's already 7 p.m. Dang. Yeah. I guess that was the backup strat, was got a purple mushroom. I think you only needed either a purple mushroom or a morel, right? And neither of them got the morel. I've never done seeded crafts room, but I know that I've done crafts room, so I know kind of what you need. But for seeded, they have very specific things that they're looking for. I was talking to Jess afterwards, and luckily Jess had like practiced all the possible backups, because that's just kind of how Jess thinks about things. Just like prepares for every eventuality. And Jess and Blade helped out Gabby to make sure exactly they knew when to go out and grab things. Mobile and there's a delay. Oh, don't worry about it, Chef. Yeah, don't ever feel like bad because you told me to do something I'd already done. I understand how the delay works sometimes. I'm certainly not upset about it or anything. I took my break at work late so I could watch live. Ooh. That was really nice of you, Pink Puff. Or are you referring to, you're probably referring to that. I mean, it's still very nice of you to do that. Did I get a quest this week? I did. That's right. It was the chef quest where I had to sell 100,000, which unfortunately doesn't give you a lot of Q coins, Q gems. Alright, put this down, put this down, put this down. Let's go ahead and put all of this away. And it's late, so I think there's only one thing we can do tonight, and that is blow up the mines. The nicest way possible. You work with power tools, so after my 15 seconds I can only hear snippets. Similar thing happened to me, Pink Puff, because I was driving home and the internet's not great on my drive. So I was trying to listen, at least. But I was catching, like, every 6th word or something. I still listened, and then I went back and I re-listened to it later. Still worth it, though, yep. No ghost. It's so nice when this floor doesn't have a ghost on it. Alright, that's a good start. We got a strange doll and a dwarf computer. Dwarf Gadget, rather. And a Q-Gem. Dude, no ghost again. We take that. Dwarf gaming setup. There's a farm computer. Unfortunately, it cannot run Crisis. Lots of gold bars here. Playing Stardew Valley on the farm computer. Just opens up another instance of Stardew Valley. Be kind of cool that if you got the farm computer, if there was like another hidden game on it. But like something really simple. Like Blockman or something. Can it run Doom? I mean, Doom came out in the 80s, right? I would hope that most computers could probably run it. Might be wrong about the 80s thing. Simception. You can play Sims on your Sims computer? I actually did not know that. Oh, OP King thank you for the follow. I'm so sorry I missed it earlier, right after the raid there. And Dluct. Oh no. No. Where do I start this word? Is it Dluce Divina? Thank you so much for the follow. Dluce Divina? I hope I'm saying it right. Probably not. Everything can run Doom. Ooh, we want that. I just remember the big joke in the very beginning of the 2010s was like a computer. You'd always ask like, "Oh, you got a new computer? Can it run Crisis on max settings? Crisis 3, I think it was." Which is kind of funny to, because like no one ever talks about that game anymore. But it was like the biggest, like hardest to run game at that time or something. Luz di Nava. Going to steal your pronunciation and apply it to your name here. So the next time you show up, I'm not as likely to mess it up here. But welcome in and thank you so much for the follow. Spanish word for sweet. Oh, that's very cute. Can I cry? Running and crying at the same time? Hold on, how did this conversation happen? Oh, we're talking about Skyrim, that's why. When are they porting Skyrim to the farm computer? Honestly, they should. How much space does Stardew take up? And Skyrim Special Edition takes up like 150 gigs or something really high like that. So there's a Stardew update that's like 150 gigabytes. Crisis. Is that not how you pronounce it? Or is this just an advanced pun that I'm not capable of understanding? Oh, run, cry. Okay, I'm getting it now. Took longer than it should have, that's for sure. Let's delete... Void Essence. It's a 5D chess pun. It's beyond my understanding. I apologize. I don't know. I don't know why I bother. Got it. I apologize for not getting your joke. I'm not an excellent joke getter. I'm like 4 out of 10 when it comes to understanding jokes. Let's see here. Guess what enemy you're thinking of? Ooh. Cute rainbow chests. Oh, you like them? Yeah, they're all very organized. It would have been smart to do them in a more rainbow order, but I was not thinking about that when I designed it. Mostly just to put things that are normally near each other. Purple mushroom goes here. And I guess I can set these down since I'm right by here. Oh, Josh House. Yep. I didn't know about that. Did you know that Alex is short for Josh? Good morning, Leah. I got up early and fed all the farm animals. I hope that makes your job a little easier today. I also filled Brady's water bowl. I also get the urge to do some hammering now and again. Bye, Bream. Farm is so aesthetically pleasing. I'm glad you like it. Yeah. It turned out like this is like the most efficient layout I could have. It just turned out to be nice and pleasing to the eye too, which is really good. I think that's one of the really good things about Stardew is like even when you make things really efficient, they still look really nice. Why was it coming down here? Yes, let's grab all this. Also, welcome in, Moon Harvest. I hope you're doing well today. Dirty joke, Algo. It's only dirty if you took it as dirty. That's your mind doing that, Element OP. I just like hammers and hitting stuff with them. Have you noticed with my big hammer that I like to hit stuff with it? Oh yes, I have done a farm tour before on YouTube. I hate this guy for real. I'm sorry you all have to put up with me by being here. When did I threaten to ban you? Oh, like a ban hammer. Okay, I see. Oh, this is my hammer. It's called the Infinity Gavel. And it destroys my enemies. I like that hammer with the smile so much. Whose emote is that? Oh, that's a Twitch one. Pop. But I think Brooke has an amazing hammer emote. Here it is. I love this one so much. I want an emote like that so badly. That one's definitely on my list. Oh, we got a hammer one here too. Oh, that's so cute! Please post all your amazing hammer emotes in chat right now. I don't know if there'll be that many, but... We need more hammer emotes. That is what I have decided. I should actually grab this mussel too. I don't think there's anything left over here. Nothing worth grabbing, yeah. In the spring and summer, nothing over there that appears is really that useful to me. Seaweed occasionally, but very rarely. That is just a hammer. I guess I get what I ask for, huh? You hear that? You get what you deserve. Hey, Krobus. Welcome to Friday. Ooh, crossed hammers. A very tiny hammer. Wrench combo. Is that like a hammer sickle? No, I think it's just two hammers. Communism light, yes. I was thinking exactly the same thing. Rather than a hammer and sickle, it's just hammers. The government controls half the means of production. The farmers can be chill, but everything else is regulated. Ah, sneakers. I think sneakers is going to destroy my neck at some point. Just the fact that I have to keep my head somewhat still. It like adds up over time. Are you calling them fat? No, it's nothing to do with the weight. It's everything to do with like the balance, you know? Like I can move like maybe an inch in every direction before sneakers threatens to fall off. So I just don't have like a huge range of neck motion while sneakers is on my head. Sneakers is perfect. I would never say elsewise. It is a skill issue. That's what I'm saying, Mermaid. It's hard for me to keep my head straight. I like want to stretch my neck sometimes, and sneakers is like, but I want to be streaming. So I have to conform to the needs of my chat and my cat. Alright, traveling cart lady, what do you got for me? We got pickles. We'd like to see our pickles here. Take a coconut and a puffer fish while I'm here. I finished squid already, so I don't need that. Little loopy? I guess I could do that. You get a little ribbon? Oh, that would actually be super cute. The heck? I like that idea. I think like a little clip for my headset might work. I personally find being straight hard. Fair enough, fair enough. We didn't Gamba today, and Omni's won, which is par for the course. We got lots of that, didn't we? 141 seaweed. Once we get a stack of this, we're done stacking it, which is super nice. I have a feeling that starfruit are going to be done, if not today, very soon. Actually, didn't I do it right at the end of last stream? Was that like on a Monday? No, I don't think it was. Hey, Sally Womble, welcome in. How are you doing today? Alright, let's see where we're going next here. Friday, we did the traveling cart, we did all that. Well, let's just go to the island and see what we see there. Oh yeah, Nia, if you do have any questions about the challenge, feel free to let me know. Oh yes, I was right. It's time. It's time. Oh my gosh, Lee, how are you doing? Welcome in. You all do not know Lee. Get the correct shout out here. That one. Nope, that's not how you spell a 20-something loser. I just wrote Lee. I wrote at Lee. Lee is an awesome streamer here on Twitch. If you don't know Lee, you should definitely go give Lee a follow right now. Does amazing speedruns of this game and some also very interesting casual ways to play the game as well. Very cozy, very friendly, very awesome person. And you should go give them a follow right now. Happy Thursday. I hope you're doing well too. I am doing great because my long weekend just started. I have the next 5 days off. I don't think I can help but do good under those circumstances. I'm tired from working this week, but I'm very happy to be done with working this week. Oh yes, does a bunch of Stardew cosplays as well. Is there anyone you haven't cosplayed yet, Lee? Oh yes, and additionally on... Gosh, I'm forgetting everything. On Saturday, is it your... Oh gosh, I don't want to get this wrong. It's your 2-year stream on Saturday, right? I definitely got that wrong, didn't I? Checking. Announcements on your Discord. Yes, 2 years. We did it. I got it right. Yes, so you should join in with Lee on Saturday. I believe you're running every single marriage candidate back to back. Is that what I read correctly? So for like 12 hours, you're going to be speedrunning straight. Not everyone. You'll get there one day. We're not all perfect, right? Yes, 5 days is amazing. So the way it happened is my school has a fundraiser incentive. And one of the things is you get like days off if they raise enough money. And the kids killed it. They raised like an absolute ton of money. So they get tomorrow and Tuesday when we get back off as well. If they were part of the people who raised money. And if they're not, they do have to still come in. But we don't. Teachers don't. Which is really nice. You said every marriage candidate. Perchance, are you going to be doing a Krobus friendship or no? Because I was like doing some rough calculations in my head, and I feel like that would be over 12 hours, wouldn't it? Sounds like nearly a 24-hour run. And be beating Junimo Kart this weekend. That's like the last incentive, right? I'm almost certain you're going to beat that, though. Krobus will be on Sunday. Okay, yeah. Yeah, doing some rough math means that Krobus would probably not be able to fit into a 12-hour marathon. Have you done Krobus before? I know Joe's been working on it recently. Like a 3-hour run under the best of circumstances, right? Not many marriage candidates are under an hour. Most of them are close to an hour, though. Like, if they're over an hour, like, it's like an hour 10, an hour and 15 at most. Like, who's the longest that isn't Krobus? Like, I'm pretty sure you can pretty much marry everyone by the next flower dance. So that's like an hour and 10 minutes on average. Alex probably is the longest. Alex and Sebastian. But you do have to wait for them to get up, that's right. That's probably why Sebastian's the hardest, because he doesn't leave his man cave. Haven't ran Alex yet. Is that part of the marathon or no? Alex just doesn't have very good love gifts, right? Yeah. Sebastian took 2 hours. Also, welcome in, Felix. Hope you're doing well today. Yeah, Sebi doesn't have bad love gifts, but he just doesn't wake up. Guten Abend, Mag. Wie willst? No. Oh gosh, I forgot to ask how are you in German. That's so embarrassing. Wie willst du is coming to mind, but I don't think that's right. I think that means what do you want? Actually, I think it means what do we want, which is even weirder. Guten Abend. Wie geht's? Wie geht's? That's it. It's gotta be wie geht's, right? That just means what's up, I think. I think it literally translate into we go, which is interesting. Wie geht's es dir? Okay. I'm remembering stuff. How are you doing, Mag? It's good to see you. That's all the German I know. Wirklich? Ich kann ein bisschen Deutsch sprechen, aber meinem Deutsch ist sehr schlecht. I learned all my German in high school, and it's been over 10 years. I still practice occasionally, though. Just for funsies. Ooh, lots of people talking all of a sudden. We've got Moon Harvest. Which 999 challenge item was the earliest that you got? Earliest, I'm not sure. Because this file didn't start as a 999 file. It started as my casual playthrough. So it's very likely that I got wood or stone before I was even, like, thinking about it. You know? Because it's pretty easy to get a stack of wood or stone. So it was probably one of those. The first that I wrote down, I went back and I checked my spreadsheet, was sashimi. That was the first one I actually wrote down. There's a lot of really easy items. A lot of the items are very, like, anything that you can buy, it's just, like, it's just a little bit of money. It's, like, meaninglessly trivial to get. Oh, we got lots of German. Was sich doch gut an. Ich spiel Terror Pie. I like that name a lot. That's nice. Hope you're doing well today. Welcome in. I'm really not that great at German, so I apologize. It's been a very long time. I took 3 years of it in high school, so that is my entire knowledge of it, and I wasn't very good at it at the time. I'll go speaking German. Ein bisschen. I could probably get by, like, with a few hours, and, like, I could act like a tourist who just learned German 5 minutes ago. Did you have all of your cranberry candies cooked when 1.5 came out? I don't think so, Samantha. Did it change the recipe? I didn't think it did. Hey, DMNC. Welcome in. It was very understandable. I'm glad to hear that. That's something I've practiced because I say it a lot, is the thing, though. It's like, whenever someone is like, hey, can you speak German? I can say that. I can say, ich kann ein bisschen Deutsch sprechen. No, it was updated more recently than that. I forgot to change the update date. Yeah. I updated it... Well, I have that video. Yeah, I forgot to just change the update date, sadly. It was about last month. Sometime in December. Probably near the beginning of December. I do updates every 3 in-game years. Well, now I do. It used to be every year, but it was just too common. Can't see that info easily. Yeah. If you do have any questions, let me know, though. I love talking about the challenge. Fortunately, I think I'm about to send out an ad, so I apologize. See you all in about a minute. Oh no, I did not buy them from Gus. I made them myself, so I probably had them cooked before 1.5 came out. There was a few things that 1.5 let you buy that you couldn't buy before. Roots platters is one of them. You can buy that from the dwarf halfway through the volcano mines. That was a big one for me because it saved me a bunch of morels. Morels were going to be annoying before that. Yeah, super meal as well. But I can also get super meal from the statue. I think it's one of the statue items at least. Yeah, we are almost done with Starfruit here. Probably right when people get back from the ad, we'll be done with Starfruit, which is nice. Oh, there's no morel. What is in Roots Platter, then? Is it just cave carrots and common mushrooms? I thought there was morel in that. There was something annoying that I couldn't get. I remember that. Oh. It used to be hard for me to get cave carrots before I started bombing the mines. That's probably what I was thinking about. I definitely bought it, though. I had to buy the pina coladas from Gus, because you can't get them any other way. How many chests do I have? We'll do a little count when we go back to, when we go back home in a second here. I'd estimate... So they're all spread out right now, Nia, because I have them all sorted by, like, whether the category. So I've got, like, 3 chests at least for every category, and some have a lot more than 3. But, like, all the items, if I were to just spread them out, there's 899 stacks. Where's my calculator? Why would you abandon me like this and be over there, calculator? So 899 divided by 36... So I would need 25 chests if I just wanted to store all of them in just a single chest. In just single stacks. Yes, I also have plus, like, a bunch of stacks of a few things. So, like, these are all the chests here. So I have a lot more than 25. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. So about 100 chests are out here, give or take, because there's some that are stacked together here. Yeah, and yes, the crafting components take up a lot more room, so like I need all of that hardwood, so... And then I just happen to have all this stone and stuff, and all of these extras take up a bunch of room. This is my extras chest for gems and minerals and stuff. All the extras chests. This is my trash chest, which doesn't even take up the whole chest because there's only like 8 trash items. I used hyperspeed grow in here, and that turned out to not ever be necessary, because I never harvest this before I harvest the stuff on the island. I just do it at the same time. And at this point, it's not worth it to put hyperspeed grow on the island, because... Well, money... I calculated the other day, I think money's going to be done in like 4 years? 3 years in-game? What made me start doing wanting to start doing the challenge? It was kind of just like, I really loved this game. But I had completed, so this is like 1.0 of the game, so like, imagine 2016 Algo, probably brooding about something. I really loved this game. I thought it was really awesome. I'm like, hey, I want to play more of this game. What can I do to play more of this game now that I've done everything I can do in the game? A lot of people like restart their farms and everything like that, but that's just not something I enjoy. Like, I don't like starting from scratch. So I don't know where the concept came from. It could have just been something as simple as, hey, like, there are 999 items in the stack. What if I tried to get all of those? This was a very different challenge way back. We made progress on that. Calm down, mermaid. So it used to be the case that everything that's in this chest over here did not used to stack together. So when I started this challenge, like, none of these things stacked. A lot of these things also didn't exist, but none of these things stacked together. So it was very different. Like, the only things that were really worrisome were fish. Like, fish were the only thing I was concerned about, and they were threatening to, like, never let me finish the challenge, because I was like, I am not going to catch all those fish. And then fish ponds came out, and they made it possible again. So yeah, when, like, things like kegs started stacking, it was something like, oh, I have to make a lot of things, don't I? These were the worst offenders at the time, these worm bins. Worm bins. We scroll down here. Where even are they? There we go. They take 50 fiber apiece. Now, I can get a lot of fiber now because of deconstructors, but before deconstructors, this recipe looked impossible to me. 50,000 fiber is a lot of fiber. But now that I have deconstructors, it's much easier. And as you can see, it's done now. Part of it. Yeah, some things got easier, but yeah, it mostly got harder just because there was new items that were added and everything. Now this is my nemesis, is the ostrich incubator. Although I'm done with the hardwood for it, I have enough right now to make all the ostrich incubators, but I need bone fragments and I need cinder shards, which are significant. Imagine that oof sound, the one from Minecraft that goes like when you the one that used to be in Minecraft, I should say. Let's put everything away. I'm pretty sure they got rid of it. That was in like alpha and beta. I think it got updated in like the 1.18 beta update when they changed the combat and everything. Which was like 10 years ago now. Oh my god. That's weird to think about it. One of the most iconic sounds. It's still an iconic sound on the internet, which is hilarious to me because it hasn't been in the game for 10 years. Alright, we're gonna start kegging tonight, I think. I don't think I need to do anything else. Like, I still, when I hear it, my eyes still go like, huh? Am I playing Minecraft? Get as much kegging done as we can today, and we'll finish it up tomorrow. Sorry, I saw Tim Allen and I had to. You know when Tim Allen is the Santa Claus, he looks in the mirror and his hair gets white, his beard grows? That's me. When I verbalized 10 years ago, I think something very similar just happened to me too, Samantha. Like, oh, they took that out of the game 10 years ago. I don't know. It's like a weird thing about getting older. It's like I scarcely remember like my mindset back then. It's kind of hard to like remember like why I was doing the things I did. Makes the memories like stranger in hindsight. That's a way to put it. Like, why did I do that? Like, why did I enjoy doing that? I don't know. In some ways, I'm exactly the same. It's just like the different things that I look at. Like, back then I was obsessed with like funnyjunk.com and like Channel Awesome videos and things like that. And now I'm just obsessed with like different social media and different different YouTube videos. Yes, I am doing all flavors of artisan goods. Surprisingly, that's not even that difficult. Eggs and jars just make that pretty straightforward. I'm done with all of them except for Fiddlehead Fern. Fiddlehead Fern I just don't have the Fiddlehead Ferns for. Yeah, the unbranded ones are a little different though. Because unlike the other ones, you can't just make those. You have to buy them from the traveling cart. I love finding cryptic notes I left for myself. Just make a note to remember this. I have I've had a notes app on my phone for a long time, and eventually like you transfer phones and everything, and you like kind of lose them. So I made sure to like back them up. I started using OneNote because that way it's backed up no matter what happens. It's kind of fun to go like way back through those and like, what was I doing? Why did I write this note? This note doesn't make any sense to me right now. Did it even make sense to pass me, or was it just like mad ramblings? Sometimes I'll get an idea in the middle of the night and I'll write it down, and I'll use my dictation because I'm tired and I don't want to type things. So I'll read it in the morning and like I won't even be able to like physically understand what I have put down. Like nothing about that made sense. What are you doing, Alco? Especially when it's D&D related, because it's just like absolutely no sense at all was made when I wrote this down. A dragon that can do what? In the middle of the night, they always sound like such good ideas. Everything is a good idea at 3 a.m. Oh boy, 3 a.m. Gonna pass out in a second. Got all those though. Oh. There's a particularly weird note that still haunts me sometimes. If I find it, I'll share. I don't want to be haunted, Samantha. Are you gonna haunt me? I already haunt you. That is, worrying, we'll say. We use the word worrying there. Please don't haunt me. I'm already scared enough at night. Oops, mine's is the one I wanted to go to. My dog makes noises at night sometimes, and I'm like, I know it's my dog, but like, what if it's not? Like, what is that? Like, it's definitely Brady, but like, what if it wasn't? Is someone just in my house right now? Your brain is like extremely good at making you like fall for everything when you're tired and laying in bed, defenseless. I don't know if I ever get to the point where I'm like actively terrified, but it's definitely like a little unsettling sometimes. It's me, I'm in your house. You want some tea, or... I can imagine me just, like, offering a ghost snacks, because I'm not sure what else to do. Like, I should probably be running in terror right now, but, like, you look pretty hungry. Do you want, like, some Cheez-Its? I feel like that's what happens to me when I feel awkward about something. I'm just like, hey, try to be, like, as nice as possible, like, overly so. Why is it letting me buy a ticket? Oh, it's a festival day. Good thing I noticed that. Would have been really embarrassing otherwise. Well, I'm in the walls, so not so great. Want to, like, get out of there? That reminds me, when I was young, I heard, like, bats in my ceiling one time, and I was so scared. Because they just, like, scrape against your drywall. So, like, I knew there was either, like, a bat or a rat or something that was, like, literally inches from me on the other side of my drywall. I'm like, what do I even do about that? Like, how thick is drywall? Like, literally a quarter inch. No, I'm comfortable. Okay, enjoy the wall, burn soup. Freaking bats, I love Halloween. Did I ever tell the story on here about how a bat got in my house? I don't know if I ever told that story. Okay, story time with Algo. So, I used to work at Little Caesars. And when I worked at Little Caesars, sometimes closing would take a really long time. I'd get home at like 1 a.m. or even sometimes 2 a.m. I think this was a particularly bad night for closing. For whatever reason, it took us forever. We had to get stuff prepped for the next day, yada yada, something like that. So I get home at like 2 a.m. I am like so tired, but I need like food before I pass out and go to sleep. So I get inside, I put all my stuff down, I take off some of my work clothes, so I'm like bare-chested. I pull her a bowl of cereal, and I'm just like eating some Cheerio equivalent. Just like sitting. And like occasionally, I'm just like sitting here, just like drifting off, like trying not to fall asleep while I'm eating. And then I like catch something out of the peripheral vision of my eye. It's just like a black flash. And I'm like, what was that? I like look around, I don't see anything. I'm like, that's weird. I go back to eating. I was like, is Brady here? What's going on? And then I catch another like flash out of the corner of my eye. I like look around, that's weird. And I like wait a second there. Like just looking around, trying to figure out what's going on. And then suddenly I see another flash, but it's a lot more obvious because it's right in my front vision. Just like this quick flash across the room. And I like jump up, I'm like, what is that? And it's this bat that's like flying in circles around our house. So like it's going out of view, so I don't see it at first, and then it's like flying in the same circle because it doesn't have a way out or anything like that. So I'm freaking out. I don't know how to deal with this. They don't really teach you in school what to do if there's a bat in your house. So I do the only thing I can think of, which is to quite literally just stand by the door, open it up as wide as I can, and kind of hope that the bat figures it out. Like, I don't know how I'm going to catch the thing. It's moving like 30 miles an hour in a small enclosed space. So I'm like, okay, come this way. And then I'm worried. I'm like, wait, I'm leaving my door wide open. What if another bat gets in? Like, okay, well, now I got to stand by the door. But if I'm standing by the door, the bat's not going to want to leave. So I'm like completely torn on this. So the bat like comes by really close to the door multiple times, but just refuses to leave. So at this point, I'm not sure what to do, really. Like, there's no hope. So I'm not the only person in the house, by the way. My parents are upstairs. This is back when I was just starting college, I think. So my parents are upstairs. I'm like, okay, here's what I'm going to do. It's going to keep flying around the house. I can't do anything about this. I'm going to go close all the doors in the house. And try and like protect it from going anywhere else. And I text my parents. I'm like, hey, I had to go to bed because it's 3 a.m. I tried my best, I swear. I spent like an hour doing this, by the way. And can we maybe figure that out in the morning? And of course, in the morning, bats are sleeping. So the next day, we're like trying to find the bat, and we can't find it anywhere. We know it hasn't left, so it's still somewhere in the house. Then the next night, my dad is home, and he's like, he sees the bat. It starts flying around, like, the same way again. I don't know where I was. I was probably hanging out with friends or something. And eventually what he's able to do is he's got a net, and he opens up the front door really wide. I opened up a side door when I did the, like, the back door. I tried to get the bat out. And apparently, like, the bat was, like, hovering right next to the door and not leaving. But normally the bat's, like, walking around like crazy. It's not even hovering. It's just, like, flying around. For whatever reason, it decided to hover by the door. My dad takes this net he has and just quickly flicks it out the door, jumps in, and closes it very quickly. I don't need to go to the festival, Moraine. I don't want to. I don't want to do it. Too busy of a day. I probably should, huh? You're right, but I don't like it. Yes, I heard rabies shots are very bad. We didn't end up getting them because we were pretty sure we were safe. Like, apparently, like, bat bites are not even noticeable, but this bat did not appear to have rabies. It wasn't acting erratically in any way. It was just being annoying. It was just flying in circles because it couldn't leave. Alright, we'll go to the festival. So yes, that is the saga of the bat in my house. Wasn't a good time. We're not doing the egg hunt. Sorry, Mermaid. We're just leaving. Abby can win. Congrats, Abby, on your victory. Hope you're proud of yourself. Destroying children like that. Like how Leo joins and then never wins. It'd be kind of cool if the first year Leo joined that Leo won. Like maybe everyone let him win or something. I don't know. But nope, Abby destroys him again. I can't get 18 eggs, but I think that's the TAS only thing? Or is 19 TAS only? We found a bat in a room unattended by with my dog. He had to get a booster because we had no idea when the bat entered. Yeah, it's rabies is terrifying. Like, there are not many diseases that are as terrifying as rabies. Luckily, it's not, like, super widespread or anything, but... Oh, Canyon, don't feel bad about that. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. And Witch, it's really good to see you, too. Sorry, I was in the middle of a story, but I didn't get to say hi to everyone. Sunducko has done it. Oh, interesting. Human tied the TAS. I didn't know Sunducko was able to do it. It's really tough, right? Tetanus. Oh, yeah. I didn't actually know anything about the side effects of tetanus because at least everyone I know has the tetanus shot, so... You're right. I can't just do fish tomorrow. I'm not going to finish now anyways. I should grab all this stuff, though. Oh, I can't just do fish tomorrow now. I've already started. I don't want to leave them on different numbers. It's okay. I'll just skip out on the other stuff today. What's happening with the midnight fish? Well, Talon, we're just collecting them. I need a stack of them, right? I actually need 2 stacks of midnight carp because of reasons. The reason being is that they're used in a recipe as well. Oh no, we're not gonna finish. It's gonna be so close. Yeah, I know. It'd still be fine, Mermaid, but now they're uneven and I'm sad about that. Bye, Cat. Thanks so much for hanging out today. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and thanks so much for stopping by. Cat will be back. All right. I think we're just gonna finish, which is actually incredible to me. Didn't even know you could fish out of the pond. I wish you could just grab them, because it takes a while to fish them. I really hope I don't soft lock here. That would be really embarrassing. We're good. It was kind of close, though. We actually perfectly got it. Incredible. Day 14, spring year 32. They do like a dramatic entrance to every single day. Feels like appropriate, somewhat. A dramatic reading of the day. Do you still need lots of money? Yeah, for the Statues of Endless Fortune. They're 1 million each, and I still need over 300 of them. So 300 million at least still. Hey, it's Pink Cake Day. Omni Gamba Day, yep. These cakes were made for gambaing. That's just what we'll do. Yeah, so we're at least 300 million away from finishing money. Probably a little bit more, though, with some other stuff. Some poor sod will still vote on these. That's why we're not gambling. I feel bad about scam gambas. Feels like, you know, there's no need for that, right? That is the statue that gives birthday presents. So it's 1 million each. And I need 999 of them. What is the point except for scambas? The point is to have fun. I don't know if scams are very fun. Catfish grow. Are you listening? They're fun for some people, namely the ones who win the scams. I'm wondering, I'm surprised there isn't a button that lets it so, makes it so it won't reproduce. Kind of like how you can make it so animals won't get pregnant if you click on a certain thing. You can put mussels in the fish pond? Yeah, you can put pretty much anything that's labeled a fish in the fish pond that isn't a legendary fish. Pretty sure at least. Oh, we're doing push-ups? Add that to a request list? No, I don't think we need to request that. DA was asking specifically for requests for speedrunners. I've got my request list, but that's not what this is for. Alright, we'll do push-ups in just a second here. Just want to make sure everything gets put away. Put our plush bunny where it belongs. We have 10 of them now. More plush bunnies than T-sets. DA specifically said, like... I'll add 3 things for the speedrunning community. I have speedran this game, but the things that I want selfishly are not for the speedrunner community. Probably getting a long list of minor code fixes. It would be nice, though, wouldn't it? I think the idea for the in-game timer is probably the best thing that we could ask for. And I also liked my suggestion. It was my suggestion. That you can press a button that will pause automatically when you join the game. That would be nice for, like, just multiplayer in general. I figured you would, Blade. I'm sure you've had a list prepared. I think being able to pause the game when you load into multiplayer would be really nice. Auto pause. Like, I would use that just for the community farm, because usually I load up the farm early and let people get in before we get started. I have to, like, spam click pause, or spam type /pause in the chat. Make sure no time passes. To do that for speedruns, too, for multiplayer. I'm not a fast typer. I know most people are, but I'm not. I've definitely had to restart runs before, because I didn't type /pause fast enough. Why can't we marry Krobus? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Krobus is, first of all, a shadow person, which I don't even know how that, if they have the same concepts of marriage as we do, and second of all, probably aromantic. I don't even think you get tax benefits for being married in this game. You get star drop benefits, but you can get that from Krobus too. I want to marry the dwarf. I wonder if that was ever on the table. There's certainly no dialogue to suggest that. Imagine if Stardew has taxes. There are many mods for that, which is an interesting thing to want to add to your cozy farming sim game. I want Sandy to move in with me. Yes. Why can't I roommate Sandy? I can see that from your name. Alright. Nothing of use in there. Yeah, there is kind of a weird disparity between some NPCs and some other NPCs. Like, you can't befriend Marlin, despite being, like, an NPC you can talk to that stands in a single spot, but you can befriend the dwarf. And, I mean, Krobus used to stand in a single spot. Imagine getting audited in Stardew. Actually, speaking of getting audited in Stardew, I do audits in Stardew, but they're on myself. They, like, check your value of your farm and tax you based on it. That'd actually be hilarious, I think. I'd actually kind of love that. It'd be fun to get your farm, like, a valuation for your farm, and then, then they just make you pay for it. Like, that's so cool. My farm's worth this much money. Yes, you have to pay 20% of that now. Oh. Thanks, I hate taxes. Yes, Marlin would be really nice. Gunther would be really nice, too. I think I mentioned earlier this stream that, like, while the museum's not open, Gunther should, like, go to the bar and stuff. Like, there's no reason that Gunther can't do that. Like, Marlin has the kind of excuse of being kind of an outsider, but I feel like Gunther's just part of the town. Just doesn't have a place to sleep. I've actually thought about a mod like that, Nia. Where the farm starts in a ridiculous amount of debt, and you have, like, a limited time to pay it off. But then it turns this game even more into Animal Crossing, like. I think that could be kind of fun. Like a ticking clock rather than a do whatever you want. A separate game mode for sure, but like something you could probably enjoy. Like it's a constantly increasing loan and you have to try and get ahead of it. Gunther doesn't have any legs. I think that's true. You could also just give Gunther legs. You could also give the stick bug a sprite after the stick gets broken while you're at it. You can have a wheelchair. Oh, Gunther does have legs? That's illegal. First content. Oh, dang, I've been going for 2 hours. I might need to take a break in a second. Yeah, agree. Gunther should show up to the festivals. Marlin even shows up to some of the festivals. Gunther's just like, nah, that ain't my jam. I like standing in front of this counter for my entire life. Which, you know what? Like, mood, but... I like how that disappeared while I was working on it. Oh, I have a suggestion for Concerned Ape. I never want to see a glittering spot spawn here again. It spawns here so often and you cannot reach it. There's no way to get to it. Without going like, can you even go out of bounds in this area? I assume you can. So I guess you could out of bounds to get there. A lot of people who work at JoJo Mart, but like, at least for me, I don't see them anymore. I don't know why I'm destroying those. I don't need to. Oh, Samantha, like, there's entire mods centered around that girl in particular. I think Expanded specifically has, like, relationship with that girl. Claire? Claire's, that's it. Like, she doesn't have a name in actual Stardew, but I think she's Claire in Expanded. I think she has a sister, too, if I remember correctly. That you can also marry, which... Come on, Emily and Haley already did that. Expanded, get new ideas. No, I'm kidding. Ah, that's a good way to do it, Pink Puff. I wonder if, like, Shane or Sam ever resents you for making them unemployed. Never explicitly stated the game, but, like, They kind of used to have jobs, didn't they? Before you kicked Joja Mart out of town. Shane seems really happy not to work, but like, how does Shane get money? How does Shane pay for all that alcohol? Sam works at the library. Okay, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, Shane becomes a stay-at-home dad even if you don't have children. I guess all the Stardew spouses become stay-at-home parents. Stardew Economic Controversy Edition. Who are you to take my job from me? That's what I gotta do, by the way. It is written. It is on this day that we open these 100 artifact troves while I'm on break. Okay, we're gonna go... Oh, I'm not gonna be able to snooze. I have to snooze it. Oh, so close. Alright. So I had an idea. I'm gonna do this. Second. Really? Shane is Lou's job? Yeah, really. Hey, STTIC, welcome in. Alright. So, unfortunately, we need to make some room here. Alright, sorry about that. I had someone call my name real quick. Alright, that should be enough room. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Oh, I have to actually turn on my auto clicker. While I am gone here, I'm gonna take a break here for about 8 minutes or so. I am going to have Clint hammering away at the background. I'm just gonna turn off my face cam really quick. And I'll see you all in about 10 minutes or so. Hopefully Clint will be done by then. I'll see you all pretty soon. I'm going to run some ads while I'm gone, though, so see you soon. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Alright. Thank you, Clint. You have done wonderfully. Thank you very much. I probably could have done more there, honestly. Let's put these all away. So I had this genius idea today, while I was supposed to be teaching, that I can just do like 100 of these, maybe even like 150, now that I saw how long it took when I'm taking my breaks. So like right just then. And that way, I don't have to do it all at once. I can just get it done every once in a while. On to the town here to get all my stuff back. Yeah, this way I don't have to, I couldn't think of the right way to put it. But I don't have to spend like hours doing it every once in a while, and instead I can just do it as I go. It just feels better. I forgot how I arranged these. Yeah, I think that's right. Alright, why are we talking about, like, very interesting things in the chat right now? I'm glad you all kept yourselves entertained, at least. Does Alex still work at the ice cream store after marriage? I don't remember. I believe he doesn't. Why can't I be the one marrying rich for real? Everyone still lives with their parents. Haley and Emily don't. It's their parents' house, is it? There's no other rooms. Harvey probably has a student loan debt. I mean, that's probably true. I feel like Elliot would have a secret family inheritance. Who do you guys think is the richest person in Stardew? The trove smashing ASMR. It is nice, isn't it? It's nice that I'm going to be able to do that more often now. You have a few extra dwarf gadgets now. The farmer. Okay, you know what I meant, Samantha. Cost-benefit analysis of marriage, yes. The philosophy that keeps on giving. Did I go to the beach today? I must have, based on the time. Right, who is the richest villager? What do you all think? That'll be our gem talk. Piano is poor in Stardew? Oh, Mr. Q. I don't think Mr. Q has money. He just has, like, everyone in the world blackmailed into giving them whatever they want. I'd marry Mr. Q. I mean, pretty good, right? Linus is probably the poorest person. Yeah. I don't think that's what you meant, MJ, though, right? Which is the same thing as money, yeah. Mr. Q has capital, but not, like, liquid cash, probably. Yeah. Mr. Q is kind of like a shadow broker. I can see that. Deals with information. Morris? Morris is not in Stardew Valley anymore. I removed him forcibly. Also, he didn't live in Stardew Valley because he didn't have a house here. Oh, Pelican Town. I don't know. We don't know what else is in Stardew Valley, I guess. Dwarf is pretty rich. Yeah, probably. That one guy in the casino is probably richer than all of them by now, though. It's the goblin. I forgot that was even an NPC. Dwarf is definitely a hoarder, yep. They learned from the best. I'd like to see, like, what do you all think... Who do you all think I've given the most money in this game in order? So I think number one is definitely... that random shady guy. I think for sure that's number one. These are definitely supposed to be swapped. But who do you think number two is? I can't even, like, come up with a good guess. Yeah, I know that guy's number one. Definitely number one. I guess next is probably either the Adventurers Guild or Clint. The dwarf I buy bombs from, though. Like, I don't know how much I've bought from Clint. I bought a lot, don't get me wrong, but... Like, Robin, I bought all of the wood. Like, that's a lot of money. Like 600,000 wood is pretty much what I spent on Robin. Plus I bought a bunch of stone too. Not nearly as much, but some. Hey Brittany, welcome in. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well today. I don't know if I spent that much in Sandy here, Brittany. Let me give you a shout out real quick. Brittany's an awesome streamer here on Twitch. If you're looking for a cozy place to hang out, you should give them a follow. Whoa. Did you all just see that? That's crazy. By sheer coincidence, the exact amount of staircases extra from the first stack of 999 I got fit perfectly onto the staircases I had from before. So they counted up to 999. That's insanely, like, coincidental, right? You took a nap after work? That's a nice thing to get. I almost did that, but then I realized I had to stream. I guess had to is the wrong word, but I wanted to, honestly. Amount of planning in this file is getting out of control. No, I did not plan that one. That was a coincidence. You can always stream sleeping. I don't know about that one. I don't think many people would watch me sleep. I'm not very enjoyable to watch sleeping. Suspicious, yes. Oh, those are the best naps though, Brittany. When you don't intend to fall asleep, but you do. It feels so relaxing. Of course, there are some issues that come up with that, but... Mag, I didn't do the push-ups. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're gonna do push-ups now. I'm so sorry about that, Mag. I forgot entirely. Twitch definitely lets some people get away with it. They might not let me get away with it. That's a good point. But they definitely let some people get away with that. Scammer! I actually did no push-ups this time. Or maybe you somehow miscounted to 3. Alright, y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job counting, chat. You did great work there. I can just already assume that you miscounted. Nice thing about this chat. You can always assume they're wrong. Alright, zoom up. Nope. A little higher. There you go. And we got our nice cozy blanket. I only counted 3. Good job at counting, Brent Soup. You'll get there one day. And back to reality. Whoop, there goes Stardew. It don't matter. Did I go to the F you, Algo? What did I do? Made fun of you? 1, 2, skip a few, 3, 4, skip some more. 99, 100. Canyon? The timing. Smashing the soundtrack in the background. Canyon, thank you so much for the subscription. Welcome to the stack. Enjoy your emotes, your sub badges, and your ad-free viewing. Thank you so much, Canyon. I'm a real fan now. Oh, I forgot I added that subscriber count list. Goal. That's the word I'm looking for. Goal, Algo. Alright, we're gonna go blow up the mines tonight. You were a real fan before, Canyon. You don't have to subscribe to the channel to be a fan here. I very much appreciate it, but just being here, hanging out, lurking, whatever you're doing, that's plenty already. What's the goal reward? I don't know if I had a reward. I just found out that you could set goals on the channel, and I did that. That is not the goal reward. Don't put words in my mouth. I'm gonna buy some bombs while I'm here. Hey, Dwarf, we were just talking about you. Someone wanted to get married to you. I did not say that, mermaid. Please don't make up lies about me. Or I'm going to, Dolores you and make you write, I will not tell lies over and over again. Mermaid would never lie. Yeah, you're right. Mermaid would never lie. Oh, gotta bring sneakers back. Thank you, Courtney. My head was already starting to feel too cold. Really? That hit me? That's annoying. Algo, are you going to watch the new Last of Us show? I know we've talked about the game before. I am definitely going to watch the new Last of Us show. It looks like it'll be really good. I've actually been intentionally avoiding promotional material outside of like posters and stuff because I know I'm going to enjoy it. I think the only thing I know for sure or that I've heard is that it seems like at least the first few episodes are going to take place before stuff goes down to avoid spoilers, which is really cool to see. I'm excited for that. Yes, it does come out on Sunday. And you know what comes out next Sunday, I think, is Legend of Vox Machina Season 2, which I'm very excited for as well. At least I think it's next Sunday. Yeah, good month for stuff coming out. The Dragon Arc, yes, that's how it ended, which I'm very excited about. I don't know how they're going to do it exactly. I'm excited to see what they pull on it. Because one season's probably not going to end the Dragon Arc, because that spanned like... The Dragon Arc spanned like 50 to 60 episodes in the show, I think. It wasn't like an all-at-once sort of thing. That's a dish of the sea, but I don't need it. In fact, the only thing I still need are... I don't even need Maki rolls anymore. The only thing I need is seafoam pudding, which I can't get any other way. Yes, do it. You know what I'd really like, Pink Puff? Which I don't see, but I assume there is somewhere. I want, like a recap that I can read. So there's, like, these animated recaps, but they don't go into enough detail. They're really fun, and I have watched them. I want, like, a recap that I can read that, like, actually goes over all the plot points and stuff. Because there's, like, a lot of information, and I want to, like, learn it and everything, but I don't have time to watch the show anymore. Yeah, like, a plot synopsis. Does anyone know where you might find that? I'm sure someone's written one. The animated ones are cool, but, like, they're intentionally, like, just to catch up people who've already seen the show. Like, they're supposed to be like, hey, did you forget this? Here's what you need to know. Like, they're filled with jokes and stuff like that, too, which is fun. But I want, like, everything that happened. Just Google it. I'm sure there's some out there. I tried Googling it, and I couldn't find any. Yeah, like, that's actually what I was kind of looking for, Pink Puff, was, like, a Wikipedia plot summary. But, like, maybe a little more dramatically told. So you kind of get the same feel. I do not have time to watch the show anymore. Just, like, such a time sink, unfortunately. Now that I'm streaming and working full-time and doing other things I love, like actually playing D&D. It's actually a big one. Tony Clev's on their way. Oh, that's awesome. Tonya, sorry. Tony Clev. AO3. Isn't that a fanfiction site? Buff? Maybe I'm misremembering. Wouldn't that not have, like... Wouldn't that have to have, like, a retelling of the events to be considered fanfiction, not, like, the actual thing that happened? It's raining today. Ah, jokes, I see. Spring cleaning time. I don't think I'd ever do spring cleaning in the rain. That just sounds like so bad. Love AO3. Hey, free cookies, welcome in. Haven't posted there in 2 years, but shh. I've noticed that some of my favorite creators on YouTube used to do fan fiction, and I find that very, like, I kind of wish I used to do that. Because I liked writing, I just never realized there was places that you could post it. It would have been really bad, though, but, like, that's kind of the whole point of the fan fiction sites. They're a chance for you to put yourself out there and actually try to get better at writing. Which is not something I did, and as a result, I didn't get as good at writing as I would have wanted to be. Is it only a 1% chance on a given day? That seems so low. Worcester memes, 0% chance. Unless it's spring 2 on year 1. Oh yeah, year 1 would have a different percentage because 2 would skew it, right? Day 2 would skew it. I used to write Dance Mom fanfiction on Wattpad when I was 11. See, that's awesome though, because like writing any fanfiction makes you better at writing, right? Like just practicing writing is going to make you better at writing, and that's like an opportunity to actually do that. 50-50, either it rains or it doesn't. Hey Jadass Bank, welcome in. Oh no, you've been here, I'm sorry. It puts the Raider symbol on you. I thought it was the new person symbol. I feel like that Raider symbol should only last for like 30 minutes. And then it should just like fall off, right? Seems weird that it lasts for 2 hours almost. Marines are at 2. Yeah, Mermaid, I don't know. 0% after Spring 13, of course, yep. This kills the run. Only for Cord, though, right? It is 18%, though. That seems high. Never feels that high to me. That means, like, 1 in 5 days it should rain. Slightly less than 1 in 5 days. But it doesn't feel like that happens. Of course, like, festival days obviously can't rain. There's 2 of them. That would skew the results for sure. Maybe I just don't remember the days it rains, so don't notice. Let's grab all the stuff. Hey Vivi, welcome in. It's good to see ya. You missed the ability to throw away all your points. Unfortunately, we did not do a Gamba this time. Looks like Omni's struggled this time anyways, so probably not the worst decision. Not Diamonds with 90, and Omni's still stuck in the 60s. Although this particular area looks a little more favorable to the Omnis. Oh, it's salmonberry season. There was a nice berry chart on Reddit the other day that showed like where all the berries were common to in the US. And salmonberry is one of them. I'd never actually heard of salmonberries before this game, but like they're entirely in the Pacific Northwest, like from Alaska down to like Northern California. So it makes sense that I've never heard of them. Hello! Hopefully the first week back into class is going smoothly for you. It is! We actually get a 5-day weekend this weekend. So we had like break and then like a week. I think we had last Friday off too. Oh no, we started on Wednesday last week, so it's not like we're back yet because we're not doing 5-day weeks. What's the weirdest mod you've tried? You know what, Jingwin? I don't know if I've ever tried a mod for this game outside of like the ones that let you what's the word I'm looking for here? The ones that for testing and stuff. I've never like played this game, like a file of this game modded without using it for just for funsies. I guess the weirdest one is like Smappy stuff, like item spawners and whatnot. I got a mod called Grid to help me with the T-set pathing. I thought that was kind of fun. And it turns out Automate does the same thing anyways. You're telling me Krobus is real? Of course Krobus is real. Today my professor plugged her laptop in the projector and Reddit was up. It was silly. You know what, Witch? My students catch me on Discord all the time. Sometimes I forget to mute my computer and the Discord notification will come up and they'll be like, ah! Very few of them actually know what Discord is, though, actually. Which is weird to me, because I thought that would be the thing that kids use, you know? They call you a Discord mod? They do call me a Discord mod, which... which I just find that hilarious, because technically speaking I am, because I'm the mod of my own Discord. I'm hanging out with Krobus right now. Yeah, CJB Cheats mods are the ones I really have. I have Automated installed too, but like I don't use it. Does that mean we can notification check you outside of stream? You can, but most of the time I remember not to do that, so... most of the time I remember to turn it off. Spam algo during school hours. Y'all are so mean to me. But like in a good way. Is that a real thing? Hold on just 1 second, y'all. Need to check something. Ah. I can turn off my Discord sounds. I'm just stupid and haven't done it yet. So that's more on me than anything else, I think. Remember when I didn't turn out my Discord sounds for like ever? Now they're just off on my computer in general, so I don't even hear when I get notifications. It's all your fault, chat. No, not your fault at all. We'll make him look so popular, yes. Mr. Algo, the Discord mod, science teacher. If they didn't think I was a nerd already. I mean, they knew I was a nerd. I start out by telling them I'm a nerd. Yeah, they know I play D&D. I talk about it a bit sometimes. A lot of them play D&D too. Yeah, it's an all-boys school. Scary. They're like 90% really good kids. Right? Like, sure, there's some kids that are less than amicable? I don't know the best way to put it. But that's true at any school. Is Brian good? Brian's great. Brian annoys me sometimes. But so that all of them do sometimes. Ew! Give me a good quest game. Hey, Sambo bro. Interesting. There also a Sambo? Hope you're doing well today, Sambo bro. Can't believe you refused the beans. Oh my gosh, it takes so long, and it ruins opening treasure artifact troves because it makes them contain Q beans. Could you imagine? Just tear up your field. It's totally worth it. I mean, honestly, this is pretty ready prepped. Like I probably could do it, but it's just so time consuming compared to literally going right now. In fact, to buy a bunch of bread. Does anyone know the number of wheat flour I need to buy? I think it's like 1,600. Yeah, 1,667. Thank you, Mermaid. I knew I kept you around for a reason. Hey, Heather Loves, thank you as well. Oh. I've been lurking as usual, yep. Just did it. And it's Elite Xanax. No, I'm probably saying that right. Saying that wrong. Is it just Anna? Oh, Aleth X Anna. That would make sense. Oh, I gotta be careful. I gotta put this here so I can... Dang it. Yeah, I think I went 10 over, but I think Mr. Q will forgive me for that. Yep. Anyways... And it's Monday. We haven't done the volcano yet today, so let's go do that. I don't need you. I need you and you. Let's see if I can manage to die. Yes, Jengwin, that sounds like a very strange mod. I don't know what that is, but I don't want that. Q is gonna slaughter me in my sleep? I would certainly hope not. Mr. Q sounds like a nice, upstanding gentleman. Gentle Galaxy. What is Mr. Q, anyways? World may never know. Oh, I forgot. Someone found out that you can use Monster Musk in here and it actually has an effect. I might have to look into how that works. Because I didn't think it had an effect and I thought I tested it. Apparently it works now. Okay, I see what I'm doing wrong here. This needs to go here because I don't use staircases. Yeah, Blade did. It was like... I thought the consensus for a long time was it just does not work in here at all because it's seated, but I guess it does. Maybe that changed in like a stealth update or something. Could go get it. But I already started now. I'm here. And I'm lazy. Yeah. And no one actually tested it. Yep, that sounds about right. Seems like we're doing pretty well without it, honestly. Get wrecked. You fell for the easiest trap in the book. We got a mummified bat. Just one, though. This floor normally gives more than one because there's just so many rocks on it. I guess I should check over here just to make sure. Yep. Kaboom. I think the napalm ring might be worth it here. The luck can help with the clusters, but I feel like I don't see clusters enough for it to really matter that much. I wonder if I should make another ring combination between the iridium and the luck. That at the bottom of the floor. Thank you, mermaid. I miss these so easily. I don't know how I keep doing it. I think by now my brain should register these shapes better. Yep, good call. Chat being helpful. What year is it? This is just a bad floor. Look what I'm doing. I'm using my pickaxe. Alright, fine. I didn't even think about the connotation of the fact that, like, oh wait, it's Stardew. There's actually a year that you could tell me. Eric, can we have a discussion about this floor? Is it possible we can talk about something missing from this floor? Laura Lillian, welcome in. How are you doing today? It's so good to see you. I want to see one of those floors with musk. Oh, me too. Yes, I'll have to remember next time to bring the monster musk. I just hit that guy with my pickaxe. Dang. I'm doing really well. We're just chilling out today, relaxing all cool, killing some lava lurks down by the school. Yeah, I think we're gonna try and do a napalm ring. How did you not die? Alright, that's our 4th mummified bat. We're doing pretty well, honestly. It's always cool down by the school, some creep. To be fair, I was quoting Fresh Prince of Bel-Air there. Not intending to be creepy, but I now realize that could come across as such. As someone who has never b-balled, I don't think I would refer to it as such. That's not true. I played some basketball. I was just really bad at it, like all the time. I wonder if it's worth it. You know what? I'm gonna say it's worth it. I got an island warp totem, which is pretty sweet, I guess. You feel like I'd be a cross-country athlete. I appreciate the sentiment, but not only can I not run, I can't breathe for more than 4 seconds. I've never had really good stamina. Even when I was in the prime of my life. Really good muscle, like when I wrestled and everything, but my stamina was never amazing. Yeah, so cross-country is not good for me. Yeah, stone is a bit much. Ban everyone. Seems like an interesting choice. Welcome in whatever that name is. Yeah, for crystal herbs it's pretty good. I guess I don't need to do that many. Y'all just got banned. Take it. Welcome in, by the way. I apologize, but I'm not going to attempt to pronounce her name for my sanity and chats. Alga's gonna be lonely. I would be lonely without all of you. It's chat that makes life worth living. Staircases? Did no one say staircases? We're talking about stone. I guess you can just use jade, huh? So it's not as exciting. Hey, look, it's an ostrich egg. Something I definitively do not need. Be better, game. Also staircases. I'm going to prove you wrong right here and right now by turning all of my stone into staircases. It's going to go poof. After I put everything away. I don't need you. I don't need you. Put you in here. Whoops. Put these back. Stone equals fiber. That is true if you stretch the definition of the word true to include a lot of things that aren't true. It is very horrifically expensive. You know, Mermaid, for a while, that was my plan. Like, I could not figure out how to get fiber, so I was just literally going to buy stone and turn it into fiber. Because that was somehow going to be better than just breaking fiber for the rest of my life. Which is what it was looking like it was going to take. Mermaid, I don't think you appreciate, like, how much fiber I needed. We were talking about, like, even before 1.5, it was, like, well over 100,000 fiber. Yeah, 500 gold per fiber. Yep. You can turn stone into fiber. The desert trader will trade you 1 fiber for 5 stone on a certain day. I don't remember which day it was. It's bad enough in year 1. It is. It's bad enough no matter what, but I didn't have a choice. I got lucky, though. I eventually got a choice because deconstructors came out and made life so much easier. Speaking of which... Whee! Just watch that stone evaporate. Whee! It just like vanishes. What was your fiber solution? Deconstructors. So, I don't think I have extra fiber seeds, but maybe two? Not fiber seeds, sorry. Yeah, grass starter. You can buy grass starter from Pierre, and if you deconstruct it in the deconstructor, it gives you 10 fiber. So that might not sound like a lot, but it saves so much time. Why are you making staircases? Hey, Mass Rock. It's because we have a bunch of stone, and I need staircases anyways. My stone chest was full, so every time my stone chest gets full, I just turn it into staircases. Technically, I should have left a few stacks, but I almost never... I haven't run out of stone in a long time, so I'm not too worried about it.
Oh, it's a person.
Hey, Bad Zena. Welcome in, and thank you so much for the follow. Huh. We're almost out of explosive ammo. I want to go consider buying some at some point. I can go to the Adventurers Guild at any time because I have the key to the town. I gotta remember that. I always keep thinking, like, oh, I have to worry about it because... like, I can only go after 2 p.m. and before 10, but nope. Key to the town. Inner Health Plus. I don't know what that means. I'm sure it was awesome. Money and bread. I can smell food. Food smells really good right now. Oh, it's a fiber solution. Oh. That's actually really good, Laura Lynn. I just called you Laura Linney because I was thinking of Harry Potter musical again. It's gonna go with Lillian. There we go. Alright, here's what we're gonna do, y'all. So, I am gonna go ahead and end here a bit earlier than I normally would. We've only had 3 hours to stream because I'm starving and really tired. We're gonna start bright and early tomorrow at 11:30. We're streaming tomorrow probably all day. My goal is gonna be to finish spring, if not, like, go part of the way into summer. We're gonna stream a long time tomorrow. So, feel free to come in and join for that. We're gonna have a blast, I'm sure. Thank you all so much for being here today, and based on my Discord notifications, we probably have a bunch of people we can raid. So the only hard choice is going to be who's it going to be. You have exams tomorrow. Oh, good luck to you, mermaid. I bet your exams are like really tough. Huh. Please show more. Wait, I thought someone else's live. I was gonna raid them. Oh no, they're not live yet. Dang. Oh well. That's fine. I'm sure we're gonna go see Lee Chat, everyone. I would do RCJ Mermaid, but they started streaming before me, so I don't know how much longer they're going. And Lee Chat did just start streaming. Right. Let's go ahead and get this raid started, and then we'll say our goodbyes. Put up my ending screen. Wow, that's a word to say, isn't it? Oh yes, Nia. I wanted to raid Shy, but Shy wasn't live yet. Thanks so much for hanging out today, everyone. Lillian, thank you so much for being here. Sorry we cut off right when you got here. I know you just got here a minute ago. Mermaid, it was wonderful seeing you today. Nia, thanks so much for being here. It was great to see you here today. Pink Puff, wonderful to see you as well. Massrock, thanks for being here. Odinata, wonderful to see you. Burnt Soup, Merc, Witch, great to see all of you. Everyone else who is here, hanging out, lurking, relaxing, all cool. Thanks so much for being here today. Lurkers or not, it's always so nice to have such a wonderful, wonderful family here. Jengwin, see you later. Escape, goodbye. And for everyone else who's hanging out here today, I'll see y'all in the future. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your night, and I'll see you all in the morning, actually. Bye for now. This is awkward, but I forgot to press the start raid button. I thought I already pressed it. I swear I thought I already pressed it. Hold on. There it is. There it is. Okay, and then I can raid immediately, so it'll be less awkward. Okay, I'll see you all in Lee Chat's chat. See y'all soon. Bye-bye.
That sounds brutal. My goodness.